job. I got a job. Got the job. Got the job.
If real shows ain't produce it, it ain't fake.
Like on a job. I got a bob. Enhancement on my resume is live. You know it's live. I'm educated. Don't say we dated. I'm a CEO. Don't call me no Miss Lady. I'm with the Hive. I just got a new promotion. Give me 5. I just left my interview and it was 5. They say I'm hired. I got the job. I got a job. I'm putting in work. Y'all getting faded. I'm on time for my check. You boys late. If I say I want a promo, they gon' pay. My family straight. I'm getting paid. I'm highly favored. Resume layer. I just went and grabbed my suit. You know it's tailored. I need some cream in my coffee. Let it flavor. Leave some snacks up on my desk. Vanilla wafers. I got a meeting coming up. I see you later. It's nothing personal. I'm all about my paper. Oh, you don't got the right skills. Can get this flavor. If you really about your biz, put it on paper. We pay our taxes. My B's hacked. If it do not got our stamp, then they hacked you. We certified while them other companies acting. Go ahead, send it $30. Get it crackin'. Black on the job. I got a bob. Enhancement on my resume is live. I'm educated. Don't say we date. I'm a CEO. Don't call me no Miss Lady. I'm with the Hive. I just got a new promotion. Give me 5. I just left my interview and it was 5. They say I'm hired. I got the job. I got a job. Come be a boss. I got the sauce. They let you go, then that company took a loss. Yeah, 25 bands, 55 bands, 75 bands, 100K advance. Come get these increments. Baby, you be working. This increase worth for Birkin. Make them pay because you worth it. You're impressive, that's for certain. Secretary was a clerk. Saw my raise and went berserk. My new resume, it worked. Black on the job. I got a bob. Enhancement on my resume is live. I'm educated. Don't say we dated. I'm a CEO. Don't call me no Miss Lady. I'm with the Hive. I just got a new promotion. Give me 5. I just left my interview and it was 5. They say I'm hired. I got the job. I got a job.
If real shows ain't produce it, it ain't fake.
Like on a job. I got a bob. Enhancement on my resume is live. I'm educated. Don't say we dated. I'm a CEO. Don't call me no Miss Lady. I'm with the Hive. I just got a new promotion. Give me 5. I just left my interview and it was 5. They say I'm hired. I got the job. I got a job. I'm putting in work. Y'all getting faded. I'm on time for my check. You boys late. If I say I want a promo, they gon' pay. My family straight. I'm getting paid. I'm highly favored. Resume layer. I just went and grabbed my suit. You know it's tailored. I need some cream in my coffee. Let it flavor. Leave some snacks up on my desk. Vanilla wafers. I got a meeting coming up. I see you later. It's nothing personal. I'm all about my paper. Oh, you don't got the right skills. Can get this flavor. If you really about your biz, put it on paper. We pay our taxes. My B's hacked. If it do not got our stamp, then they hacked you. We certified while them other companies acting. Go ahead, send it $30. Get it crackin'. Black on the job. I got a bob. Enhancement on my resume is live. I'm educated. Don't say we dated. I'm a CEO. Don't call me no Miss Lady. I'm with the Hive. I just got a new promotion. Give me 5. I just left my interview and it was 5. They say I'm hired. I got the job. I got a job. Come be a boss. I got the sauce. They let you go, then that company took a loss. Yeah, 25 bands, 55 bands, 75 bands, 100K advance. Come get these increments. Baby, you be working. This increase worth for Birkin. Make them pay because you worth it. You're impressive, that's for certain. Secretary was a clerk. Saw my raise and went berserk. My new resume, it worked. Black on the job. I got a bob. Enhancement on my resume is live. I'm educated. Don't say we dated. I'm a CEO. Don't call me no Miss Lady. I'm with the Hive. I just got a new promotion. Give me 5. I just left my interview and it was 5. They say I'm hired. I got the job.
y'all know our theme song. Y'all know our theme song, getting it popping, y'all. Let me see. Hi, Felicia. You know you right. You don't never miss a live. Hi, Felicia, son, V, Candy, Shannon. Look, y'all. I know I was a Slytherin bee, and I had my iPad, and I was doing some real technical stuff, but my iPad did. Hold on, baby. Hold on. Okay, y'all. How are y'all doing today? Jateri, how are you? I hope I be saying your name right. Y'all, okay, so we have our community meeting and talking about how we are going from such a good space that we left last year with and how it's impacting us this year. And so we're going to have a good conversation. And I know that we saw some comments today. I asked you guys, where are you guys areas of struggle with the job loss and where we're at right now as a society? And we just got to have a good convo about this. Okay, guys. Hey, Shannon. Hey, Cece. Joy, give me a moment. Y'all hear him? Y'all hear him? Okay, y'all hear him? Okay, y'all. So I want to preface this conversation by saying we're going to be talking about some things today that we all need to hear. Uh, but it's not going to be comfortable. Okay. So remember, thank you, Susie. Y'all know our little theme song. It's not going to be comfortable, but it's a conversation that we need to have. Uh, Let me hold on. Let me send Esther a message. Hmm. So, okay, 222. Esther, check your text messages. Okay, so back to y'all. So, okay, how we've been noticing things that's been happening, right? First thing I want us to see, and y'all know I usually start with a life lesson, so we'll get to it in a second. But first thing I want you guys to see is that Black women and Black men, don't y'all leave. Don't y'all fucking leave. Stay right where you at. Black women suffered the most job loss last month, in the month of April, than any other group of people. Right now, we're looking at 170,000 jobs lost, but out of 170,000, 106,000 was us. Okay. Right now, we started off this year with Black women making more money than any other group of women. We had the most in education, the most in salary increases. And right now, it can kind of feel like that our community is going backwards. And I want to start off by saying that the majority of the reason why we're going backwards have absolutely nothing to do with us. We did not cause this. We are not at fault for this. But a lesson that my brother taught me when I was younger that I still struggle with today is that although it's not my fault, it is still my responsibility. Okay. Although it's not my fault, it's still my responsibility. When we're seeing the massive job, and that was just the month of April. We didn't even go to the other months, right? When we're seeing the federal sector, the tech sector, and so many different sectors being gutted out, we have to understand how that is impacting us as Black people. Black men, y'all not that far behind. And today, we have to have a larger discussion on how to overcome some of our fears based in what the reality is, right? This is just a reality. How the current reality is impacting us mentally, our emotional health, our imposter syndrome, and how do we not revert back to survival mindset and tactics that got us out of situations in the past that may not work now, and which ones will. Okay. So yeah, that's what we got to talk about. Okay. So I also want to say that you got to know yourself enough, not your full self, yourself enough to know if you're ready to talk about um, this or hear this. And if this is a lie that you're like, you know what, I'm saying, girl, the kids are yelling. I'm stressed out. That nigga done stressed me out. I can't hear any more responsibilities. That's okay too. This is, you can always go back on YouTube and come back to this live. So if this is something to where you're not in the space to hear that, and hear about solutions, and solutions come from responsibilities and what we can do differently, and you're not ready to have that conversation, I understand. Now, if you're not ready to have that conversation, but you looking at your account and you looking at your kids, and one of these you're gonna have to give up, and sometime it might be the kid, then even though you're not ready, you still gonna have to sit and hear it. I want to make sure that I also very, very, very much plead with you guys and say that I'm never coming from a space of anything but care and concern. And I'm not a passive, I don't even like using the word, but I have to. I'm not a passive leader, meaning that I'm not going to be up here blowing smoke up y'all asses and pretending to give a fuck about us just to make some money. And I'm seeing the issues that we're having in our community, and I don't address them with both solutions and actions on my end as well. And so it's my responsibility to give you guys this information. If I don't, then I'm not doing what I'm supposed to do. And if you have other leaders in your community, such as your church leaders or whatever you worship in, okay, your parents, the seniors in your community, if they're not having these conversations with you, then they are not here for leadership, and you need to get them out your life, because that means that they're not concerned about your well-being. And we're going to have a conversation today on how we can make sure we continue to be within our well-being, and the survival and the well-being and happiness of you is what my happiness depends on, and vice versa, because I'm a Black woman, I'm a Black person. And so my Black people, I got to look out for you guys just as though you guys look out for me. I didn't buy this fucking pillow out of nowhere. Girl probably took about 6 resume reviews. Okay. So I got to do my part so that we can continue to do our part as a community. I need you. You need me. And so we're going to sit here and we're going to sit in some of our uncomfortability if we can. And we're going to talk about this. Okay. Yes, Nicole, I absolutely understand that, girl. Take you a break. Okay. Emotional health is super important right now. So right now we have a very close to, how do I say this? We got people trying to play God. Okay. So I'm just going to say it real. We have people trying to play God between our administration, Elon Musk, the rapid adoption of AI, and companies' greed, and our individualism as a society, and how we've pushed ourselves to that individualism. We've kind of put ourselves between a rock and a hard place. And a lot of times we may think that, girl, especially as Black people, let me tell you, as a Black woman, I can hit rock bottom. What we forget is, okay, is our rock bottom start looking different as we progress in life. And so y'all know me, 90s baby, typical story, mama, daddy on drugs, foster care situations, right? Typical trauma. Okay, typical trauma. You think of a kid born in 1990, and you think of the trauma you've heard about a Black girl growing up in 1990s, in the 90s in Compton, California. That's my story. Okay, that's my story. And so being that my story is that, and a lot of us as Black people, we have faced the worst of it all. We faced homeless days. We faced not eating before. We have faced not having a job before. We have faced putting two nickels and rubbing it together before. Many times, as the waves start to hit, we've been touched by water before. And so we think that we know that water is wet. Does that make sense? As the old folks used to say, how many of y'all been in a bad predicament before? And so our idea and our mindset is that, okay, I have been through worse before. I've dealt with this before. And so I can handle this. And so sometimes that leads to a place of encouragement. And yeah, emotionally, it can make us feel better, but sometimes it allows us to get into a space to where we think that we could do the same thing. Now, I'm not saying we shouldn't have that mindset of encouragement, because we should, right? We should. And feeling I've done this before, I've been here before, and I can see my way out is true. And I'm never the one to say, don't do that. However, how we go about it will change with our current situation, right? Does that make sense? When I was a young girl, y'all know, in high school, I really wanted to learn how to do the splits like them teenager girls, right? Them little cheerleaders. I thought I could do one of them. I was like, I'm gonna learn how to do the splits, and so back then I was a little bit more limber. Okay, I'm a little sitting my little buck 50 right now. It's a little bit more limber. And so I tried to, back then they did this terrible method, right? Where you just kind of put a plastic plate or a paper plate on both of my feet and just slide out. And I was just waiting for it to pop so I could pop down, right? And I don't know if I broke my tailbone or something, but lo and behold, one day I did the splits. It took me about 3-4 days to learn. I just split it, right? And it was painful. And I was like, oh my gosh, I got my splits. Let me tell you something. I do not approach exercise at the ripe age of 34 like that no more. I am not about to walk in with all gall and audacity into the weight room and just pop up, and all of a sudden, put 200 on both sides. I'm just gonna let it snap back like I did before. I can't do that no more, y'all. These bones, they done seen a day or two. Okay, I gotta warm the fuck up. Okay, I can't just be. I wish I would try to apply how I learned how to do the splits then to me learning a new exercise now. I can't do that, y'all. Girl, I'll break my pelvic bone and any other bone I got trying to do some shit like that. Now, wait a minute here. Okay. I didn't learn before that way. Now, what I will keep is the tenacity and the feeling of bravery and being courageous and the feeling of doing something new. But I am not busting my ass on none of them yoga. What's that new thing y'all into with the equipment? What's that thing that Lauren Harvey got y'all doing? Pilates. I wish I would approach Pilates the way I approach the splits. Are you crazy? I haven't even finished my wheel. I'm one of them all the way behind. Okay. So although I could take the feeling that I am brave, but I ain't dealing with a situation like that no more. Does that make more sense now? Thank you, Zell. Hi, Zell. I would have been seriously damaged, right? Now, Pilates. Yeah, thank you. Now, I ain't gonna be too religious on y'all, but the Bible say, I say this every week. I just need to stop lying to y'all. Y'all know I am a woman that is after God's own heart. And so when I teach from scripture. And if you're not into that, you just gonna have to get over that. Because I'm tired of lying to y'all. I'm tired of saying I'm not gonna use religious stuff, and I do. So I'm just a religious girly, and I just love me some God, and hopefully you understand. The Bible say, as a Muslim, I read both books, that when I was a child, I thought as a child, but when I became a man, I thought as a man. That's the difference between the way I did the splits and the way that I would do the yoga. Okay. And the Pilates. Okay. I got to warm up. I need an instructional video, and I need, some entry level stuff going on before I go any further. Okay, I gotta, this body, been through some things. I gotta get some things together. Okay. And that's how we're going to approach this new scenario. We're going to keep the feeling that we can do it, the bravery, the courageousness, the tenacity. We're not going to lean into imposter syndrome and the fear of failure. But what we will also do is that we'll approach it with tools and resources. So I want to get to Alicia's question. Basic needs like bills taken care of. With that in mind, are there any services you offer you would recommend that would support someone? Whether it's resume help. Yes, Alicia. So Alicia asks that she does understand that we offer services, but how do we approach people who are in crisis? And I should have said that at the beginning, Alicia. Excellent question. So, Black on the Job, we offer several different methods to make sure we reach Black people at all salary levels. Number one is we have our free resources and our free Wednesday career lives, right? Um, we have helped about 250,000 people since 2018. We also want to make sure that our prices are always 1/3 of the current market. So if you were to Google resume services, they range between $500 to $1,000 just for a resume. And that's not with speaking with somebody. Our prices are between $200 to $300, and we haven't changed that. Our resume review is $30, and you get all the information you need, and we kind of teach a man how to fish. And then once a quarter, we offer our resume DIY workshop to where we put all of you guys in a room for $50, and we teach you how to write your resume yourself. So we do have options for those who are in crisis scenarios. If you go to the events tab or the resource tab in the Facebook group, you'll get so much free stuff that a lot of people get, I will say a good amount of people get a job right based off that. So welcome to the community, and hopefully that helps. Hi, Zell. Okay. Now back to what we're talking about. Okay. Hopefully that helped. Now, with that in mind, Yesha said that there's been a recognition of the way that the battlefield has changed since the last time we were on it, and the ways we've changed too. Now, let me ask you guys, in the past year, right? How many of you guys have noticed from 2025 to, let's say, even 2024, from last year to this year, from last June to this June, have you noticed how different it is and much harder, the stakes are higher in getting a job? Haven't you guys noticed that? Haven't you guys noticed that? God damn, girl, I had a rejection before, but I ain't got this many rejections. Now, before, when I was on the job hunt, it'll be a day or two or a week or two before somebody called me back. Girl, I'm going on a month or two. What the hell is going on? How many of us have noticed that the job search is substantially different? And it's almost as if you can't catch a break. You trying to figure out, wait a minute. So is the AI reviewing my resume? Are you reviewing my resume? Is this even a fucking resume anymore? What is happening on the landfill that I don't know? How many of you guys feel confused in the job search process, right? And so many of us is like, this ain't my first time applying for a job. Now, I did what I've always done. I got my resume, girl. I changed some word in here. I went on my trusted sites. You feel me? I got steps for this, baby. I figured this shit out. I've been grown for so long. How many of us feel that way? I've been grown for so long. I'm 40. I'm 50 years old. Wait, I'm 35 years old. I'm 45 years old. This ain't my first time looking for a job. What the hell is going on? How many of us can say we feel that way? Right? It is a completely new landscape, and we are discouraged. When we say we're discouraged, is discouraged a good word? Are we okay with that? Discouraged. Who would say the best word to sum up this shit is, girl, I'm fucking discouraged. I'm saying, what the hell is going on? Oh, hi, Mr. B Love. We got a new YouTube discovery. Y'all ass are going to be getting on YouTube. Okay? I want to let you guys know that the feeling of discouraged is valid. And y'all know I don't even like to use pop therapy terms, but I'm giving y'all one today. It is valid. Truth. honest, real, because there is a difference between discouragement, right? There's a difference between courage and competence. Competence is, oh shit. Now, I did this before, but I don't know if I could do it again. What's going on here, right? Competence is you have courage based off past successes. It's based off of a lived experience. Confidence, right? Sometimes we lose our confidence. You forget who you are. You forget what you're capable of. But it doesn't mean that you're not capable of it or you haven't proved that to yourself before. That's confidence, right? We talked about this a few months before. Courage, when you need courage, is when you're trying something new for the first time. Right? Courage is bravery. Courage is I'm stepping out on faith. Courage is I don't know if I can do it, but I got to do it. So if you feel discouraged, your feelings are valid. There's truth rooted in that because this is not nothing we've ever seen before. Right? This is different. So you do need courage. And so if you feel discouraged, like something is preventing you from trying something new, that is true. It is preventions that are being put in place. And the goal, even OpenAI, ChatGPT CEO came out just, I think 2 weeks ago now. And in his interview was very excited, if you watch the video, about the amount of job loss that's going to happen because he's looking to make robots. Right? He was saying that, you know what? It's going to be so great when people see robots that are doing day-to-day activities all the time, right? So if you feel discouraged, you are of the right feeling. Right now, it is a time of discouragement. We feel discouraged. We are trying something new and people are putting barriers to put, like, I don't mind getting a new job, girl. But shit, who reviewing my resume? I feel like the clipboard on Microsoft Word is reviewing this shit. I don't know what's happening. So that is true. And today, we're going to learn how to deal with that. I'm going to go to the comments real quick. Discouraged, disappointment. It takes an hour or two to even fill out an application, change your resume to match the ATS. You get what I mean? Yes, yes. Oh, Keisha, it's a very different process right now. They want a worker who has the skills but don't want to pay the years of knowledge. A girl, you speaking to the choir, you absolutely right. Okay. Okay. And so we need a new strategy because this is a new landscape. And yeah, the AI CEO, it's a new landscape. And so just like I can't pop down and do the splits, we can't just pop up and put that resume together any type of way and it works out. Okay. I want to talk to you from the eye of mostly here. How many men's here? If you are men's in the room, go ahead and just drop you a B. Because if not, I'm going to speak straight to the women. So is it any men's in the room? Michael. Okay, I see it, Michael. Michael, I see Michael's here. I'm going to talk to the women and talk to the men. Let me talk to, actually, it's both of our problems. So let's talk about it. We have to also understand that we're moving outside of what's normal and natural for Black people. We taking on some shit we don't need to take on. We didn't take on white folks' version of community and solidarity, and that doesn't work. And it has allowed us to be what we thought was individualistic, and it's causing us, we've been in a space of, I'm gonna show y'all the word because I don't want nobody getting mad at me. Okay, it's a real word. We also have to understand that, okay, the pandemic. Now, I'm not blaming nobody, and this is including myself, okay? Between my ongoing divorce, this nigga still running rampant, my daddy dying in 2023, opening up Black on the Job in 2018, I have periods. My parents getting older. My mom's getting older. My brothers and sisters act like they can't stay out the goddamn bedroom. I had 2 nieces born last year. I'm like, do all y'all do is have sex? Okay. Right. So what I'm trying to say is that my responsibilities have increased. So has my areas of care, and my mental health and my emotional health has been going through the ringer. And so I myself have times of, put it on the screen, mental sloth, also known as intellectual laziness. Okay. Sometimes I don't have the energy to exert mental effort or utilize my abilities. And I know for a fact that I don't. Okay. I know for a fact that there's times I lack initiative. I know for a fact that I procrastinate, that I have surface level engagement, that I have an apathy or indifference. And between that pandemic, my mama, my daddy, rest his soul, these siblings, y'all niggas, okay? Y'all too, my dog, I have not truly maximized every one of my opportunities. And I'm okay with saying that. I'm okay with saying that there are times to where I have not maximized my opportunities. And it was probably in my best mental health interest, right? Because as you Vanette just said, thank you so much. There's times where I have to take care of me. Okay. A lot of us have a lot of responsibilities. Them kids, Latanda talking about she a house manager. We talked about mommy, manager, director, dad, right? And we have adopted a lot of the mindset that has to do with easy and fast money. And we miss some lessons, and we miss some lessons during times of critical adoption. This is where I have been in my business. There's times to where I got to make decisions. I was a foster care child. I learn how to wash my clothes and put sheets on the bed. No, girl, I was learning how to wash my ass and find food. Okay, shit. Maybe I missed a lesson or two. I don't know how to do my hair. It took me years to learn. Maybe I missed a lesson or two. There are times to where I've had to miss lessons because I had other focuses and priorities, and I got to be honest. And so we also have to be honest of where we're at with our skills and how we are using them. And when are we going to find the time to use them? Because time freedom is a precious gift that you as a Black person are barely given. Okay? Yes, mental sloth. Life is life-in. Life is life-in. Okay? I have dealt with mental sloth. I'm okay with saying it. I'm not my best every day. Sometimes I'm going to tell y'all, all right, guys, today we're going to talk about this. Girl, I take a fucking nap. Okay? I was exhausted mentally. Okay? I told my mom, I bought my mama a Mother's Day gift. She ain't got it yet. I think we in to Father's Day. I might give it to her for Father's Day. But shit, I've been tired. A girl been tired. But now I got to brush myself off. And I got to get myself back into position. You feel me? Because when we have moments of mental sloth, laziness, depression, we also have a divorce epidemic right now. Some of you niggas ain't shit. And some of you women too. Okay. Y'all have been flying under the radar. I also have to be honest and say that during the pandemic, a lot of us were reaping benefits that we were due. We were in reparation period. Okay. Some of us. Okay. We were, the country was in as a welfare kingdom. Okay. There was a welfare kingdom called the United States, and some of us was a part of the welfare kingdom. Maybe we were welfare queens and kings, but at some point in time, we got to say that the pandemic caused a lot of us to be lazy as fuck. And so we were just lazy for a second, y'all. We were in reparation. We had the right to be. We done worked hard all these goddamn years. I'm going to sit on my ass and I'm going to collect this check. Okay? Are we going to be honest today? Okay. We're gonna be honest a little bit today. I just want to be honest. Okay. I love me a good nap, Keisha. Okay. You feel some type of way about it. We got to get back to where we are. I had I'm going to let me take off her name off this resume because I had to. And so what this means is that we got to wake up our brains again, and it's not our fault. Remember, none of this is our fault. Okay. I'm going to just say it. None of this is our fault. But today we're going to be talking about our responsibilities. Our responsibilities and how we're going to be maximizing these opportunities. Number one, foremost, more than anything at all, if you're at a company and they offer tuition reimbursement, this is a time that we're going to use it. We're not going to use it next month. We're not going to use it on Monday. We're not going to use it, next year. You will look into your company's tuition reimbursement plan, and you're going to figure out how you can maximize that opportunity. We are in maximalization. We are not in chill mode right now. Okay? That's number one. We will maximize our opportunities. Venice did so nicely for y'all, and she wrote it down. Yes, Irene. I do believe that we're taking on promise that we're not supposed to. We're going to go through, this is the thing. It's going to be uncomfortable. I don't want you broke and uncomfortable. We got to pick a struggle. Okay. You can be uncomfortable. I don't want you broke and uncomfortable. Okay. We can be uncomfortable. Okay. We won't be broke and uncomfortable. I get it. Okay, Lauren, finishing her master's with her tuition reimbursement. You are going to be uncomfortable. It's going to require us to expand our capacity. That's the word for today, capacity. Everybody write in the comments, right capacity, right capacity, right capacity, right capacity. You'll be expanding your capacity. Capacity. You're going to have to take on more than you thought you was going to have to. You have to do more than you've done previously. What you did before is not working. Capacity is the word. You're going to have to do more to get more, because at this point, we always say you have to be twice as good to get half. We kind of looking at you have to be almost like 3 times as good. And so that means capacity is what's necessary. Okay? Capacity will expand we gonna have to be comfortable in the uncomfortable right now. A lot of us are evading the uncomfortability, and that's not going to be helpful at this moment. Evading the uncomfortability is leaning into trying to stay away from anything that's stressful or exhausting. Some things are going to stress us the fuck out. Okay? It's going to be stressful. Some things are going to be stressful right now. I promise you, being stressed out and things being stressful is going to be a bit different. I don't want you stressed out, but some stress is going to be involved. We're going to have to expand. And now we can change the perspective. One of our therapists in here can change the word stress to blessed. I don't know how y'all get down like that, but we're going to have some stress. We're going to have some concern. We're going to have a little bit of anxiousness, but that doesn't mean it's going to break us. It does not mean that it's going to limit us. Doesn't mean that it's going to reduce us. We're going to use these things to expand us. We're going to have to understand that a little bit of uncomfortability may be exactly what we need right now, because we cannot evade it. It's here. We're all uncomfortable. Okay? I am very uncomfortable that Google just sent me a bill for $670 for some fucking emails. Why is it costing me $670? It's cost me $450 before. Why are you now asking me for $670? You know what? I'm going to have to be a little bit stressed out. I'm going to have to expand my money. Okay? We are going to be able to manage. We're going to need some pressure. Okay? That doesn't mean I want you guys depressed. No, ain't nobody going that far now. Calm down. But we're going to be like, God damn it. I want to go to bed, but I got to finish taking this certification. That's what it's going to look like. Ah, gosh. I want to, girl, I'm hungry as hell, but you know what? Let me get this out real quick first. That's where we're at. Okay. And it's going to be hard because we've been coasting a little bit. Okay. We've been coasting. And we now getting a little bit, it's getting a little bit too tight for us to continue about this route. So, number one is we're going to learn new systems. AI is here. There's nothing that we can do about it. There's nothing we can do. We have, I have a list of courses that you guys can take that goes out in 3 hours. If you're on the mailing list, if you're not on the mailing list, go ahead and click the website, get on the mailing list. I have a list of courses to where we are going to be getting our AI training. We're going to get our AI certs. Let me Let me put it here. Here goes the free AI cert information. I will show y'all what's being sent out so that we can go over it together as a Hive. Okay, let me open this with Google Docs. Share this tab instead. Let me open this with Google Docs. We have some AI search that we'll be doing. We're going to have to, because we're going to have these certifications in order to place those on our resume. We're going to be putting these skills on our resume, and before they call us for the interview, we already got it there. Some of our elder bees, I know our senior citizen bees, our golden bees. I think we're going to talk to you guys and call you guys golden bees, because we've been trying to figure out a name. Our golden bees, this is going to be a little bit hard, and that's okay. Okay. Then we're going to have the introduction to artificial intelligence. You can get it free if you're facing financial difficulty through Coursera. We have AI for everyone, introduction to generative AI by Google Cloud. We're going to have our large models, our generative AI for fundamentals. Here goes some more. Who did this? I think Admin Joe put this together for you guys. So these are going to be 6 free courses that are coming out. Now, you could take a screenshot of the screen right now and Google these courses, but these are the ones that are be coming out in your emails in 3 hours. Okay? We have to. Reason why is that it's being adopted throughout every industry, right? And so we are going to make sure that we put ourselves in position. Okay? Now, let me make sure I got the website linked. Pinned so that you guys can have the website. Sorry, let me put it on here. My YouTube bees, I know y'all got it. Okay, I'm pinning it right here. So y'all have it, okay? That's number one. We're going to be upskilling. The second thing that we're doing, and I want to see at least 50 comments say it. Read. Everybody put read down. Read. Yes, I mean it. It's not a joking matter. Y'all about to learn this new word. I know we have forgotten this word, but we will be using this word. The word read. Read. What will we be reading, Sin? Y'all will be reading. Reading what, Sin? Let me show y'all. Reading your newsletters and your emails. Reading and researching go hand in hand. Read, research. We have so much. I every day y'all say, I'm just saying, how can I get my resume together? I don't know what's going on. Guess what we have right here? We spent, y'all see what I be looking at. We spent a lot of time and money getting all of our lives together, and it's right here on our YouTube. So you're going to read and find. You see, every single live that we've done, we have it. We have skill check lives, how to build your legacy, how to do a career change, how to change careers without shortchanging yourself, how to, y'all be talking every single day, y'all talk about neurodivergence. Somebody up in here talking about They dyslexic, autistic, all types of stuff. And y'all say, how do I use my neurodivergency to my advantage right here? Guess what? It's 103,000 of you guys in this group. Only 29 of you guys neurodivergent. That's funny. Because every single damn day, I think one of y'all figure out y'all not neurodivergent. Okay? That's mighty funny. Right? That's mighty funny that only 29 of y'all that thought federal roles. Federal roles. What to do? How to pivot out of federal. We did that, right? The blueprint for 2025. Email, you're going to go right here to the pin post. Did I pin it, y'all? Go to the website. I'll show you in 1 minute. I'm sorry, Roxanne, right? We went over that. Skills checked. How to align your goals. If you've been laid off, we have an entire thing on that, right? We have Gerard. He's on how to get into payroll, right? All of them, every single one. And they are tech, federal tech and AI roles. We got everything here, right? So we have this entire space on mental health cures, everything, right? How to integrate AI into your jobs. We did this out. I know this sounds silly and funny, but I'm being serious with you guys because some of you guys will not have the funds in order to afford services. And so if you don't have the funds to afford services, we have information within the Hive so that you can afford services by helping you upskill on your own. My mama taught me that success is a shrewd landlord and he wants his rent every day. If you go right here into files, how to properly job search, a resignation template. So let me go back so y'all can see where I'm at. I'm inside the Facebook group right here. How to do a career change, HIPAA and COVID vaccinations. For those of you guys studying for project management, anti-racism resources. We have a lot of information here. Even under media, if you click media, you will get so much information concerning different careers and how to move into that career. Here goes event director. And we talked about how a mother ended up getting an event director role. I don't know how many more goddamn colors I got to put on this shit for y'all to read it and to look at it. But I need for you guys to read it and look at it. Hello, I'm a mom bee, and I restructured my skills for corporate level. This was her role, and this is what she does. Okay? So a lot of the information that you want for a job, we are going to have it here. And y'all also have to stay loyal. We tried to tell y'all, and I hate to be an I told you so ass woman, but y'all thinking that ChatGPT and AI is going to help you navigate what's so vital to how you feed your family is crazy when the owners and the CEOs of these companies are literally saying they want you homeless. So do you think that these AI integrations and adoptions are made with you, Black woman, Black man, in mind? Honestly, haven't you guys noticed, did you guys notice that Workday has a lawsuit right now out because of their racism with AI and hiring? Now, you know that damn near every company was using Workday in order to in order to do their job postings. But now look at this. The lawsuit for Workday, the same platform that we were using, and we're using AI to do it, is saying that guess what, y'all? I was never here for y'all. And they got caught. AI is discriminating. And so we got to put ourselves in the right position. We need to upskill on that and within our individual careers. So if you're a CNA, you need to be working on becoming an LVN. If you're at the bottom of your field, you need to be upskilling. I'll give you an example. If your title, I'm going to show you. Y'all want to know where the cuts are coming from? Corporate. Now, y'all know admin cell can't spell. Company. Okay, yeah, company structure. When you want to know where the cuts are coming, I'll show you. If this is one of your titles, if the back of your title says coordinator or specialist, not a high level specialist, you know who you are if it doesn't apply to you, or assistant, right? If your title says lead, they're looking to replace you right now as you watching this live. Okay? If your title, if you are not in a role that's going to pay you to think, right? Director level, or pay you to solve, you are looking at a almost unforeseeable job loss. So we got to look at our titles and say, okay, if I work in customer service, I can't still work in customer service. I'm going to have to upskill. I'm going to have to make some moves. It's time for us to make those moves. They're trying to eliminate. We looked at the job growth, the job insight world insight earlier this year, remember? And they were looking at cutting about 30 to 40% of entry level jobs. And some of us are confused on what entry level means, right? They want us forever renters. They don't want us owning homes. They don't want us being able to feed our kids. They trying to gut out the entire Department of Education. And so that also means we're putting our children into the right position too. Now, what I mean by that is that it's graduation season, right? And what we will not be telling our kids this year, is anybody listening? Don't let the white folks hear us. We are not telling our kids, go to college and do whatever you want to do. That's a lie. Don't do that to your children. You want them to have a career plan. You don't want, if they say, Mommy, I want to be a zookeeper. Let's discuss the projections of that. Where would you live? We got to start having those in-depth conversations. Yes, Sharon, if you say care coordinator 2, you're entry level. We got to make some moves. Yeah, the 2 don't mean nothing, baby. We got to make some moves. You need to be pivoting. You need to be at the 2 is a lie. Remember, the word supervisor and lead are lie titles. If your title says supervisor or lead, that's really a manager role, but the title is like that to pay you less money. So if it says supervisor, lead, or they start trying to put a whole bunch of numbers behind you, realize that is being done on purpose. So your child comes to you and they say, I want to be a zookeeper. It's up to you. It's your responsibility. Hi, Makiba. It's up to you, and it's your responsibility in order to walk that conversation backwards and add reality to the situation. You want to be a zookeeper. Okay. How much money does a zookeeper make? Okay, a zookeeper makes $45,000. Okay, that's great. Now let me tell you where you live at on a salary of $45,000. Let me drive you up. Let's catch the bus. Let me show you on Google Maps. This is the type of car you'll be driving on that salary. This is the type of house you will not be able to own on that salary. Let me show you what the landscape and what your life will look like at that salary based off those goals. Now, what we can do, we could look into you being an engineer or something like that, and then you can make enough money to buy you a zoo, or we can live next door to the zoo. But you want to be a zookeeper, the only zoo that's going to be kept is my goddamn house, because you going to be this house going to be the zoo, and I have to keep you for the rest of my life. So let's discuss what this actually looks like. We need to start having those conversations, because a lot of us are on the opposite ends of that. We thought we were doing a great job. Our parents thought we were doing a great job by saying, go do whatever you want to do. And then that ended up not putting us in the best position. Okay. Sharon, you've been at that company 10 years. You're still in an entry-level position. We got to move you out. 10 years means that you have excellent skills, and it's time for us to move you up. Okay? Am I making sense to everybody? Everybody. And I understand. You know what? And them kids don't be listening sometimes. But a lot of times we're not coming from a place of are we giving our kids that full breadth of knowledge? Because I'm thinking from what I'm seeing in career coaching, y'all not giving yourselves that full breadth of knowledge. When you say that you want to move into HR, do you know how many titles are under HR? When you say that you work as a customer service rep, are you looking at that next step? Are we doing that? Right? Matunya, I would look at a career change. I would look at a career fusion. And so that's where we're going to be at more so is that career fusion. We got to put ourselves in that position so that we can speak from a place of knowledge and move us forward together. So let's say, for instance, right now, your field is, let's take this patient care coordinator. Jennifer said, this is not dream killing, it's reality. There's always how you say it. So, zookeeper, well, what part of the zookeeper interests you? Draft a plan to earn the money. Yes. And let's talk about how we can get to that goal. What about that goal you like? And let's see if there's a different way to skin that cat. Now, let's say, for instance, one of your best skills right now is customer service. If we're looking at patient care coordinator, I'm going to look at that lady too, because I wanted to. Sharon, Sharon. Let's look at care coordinating. I'm assuming that she's at a hospital or a clinic, something to do with patients, right? So we're talking about healthcare customer service, right? We're going to look at that skill of patient coordinating, and we're going to add it to skills with leadership, our strategy, our management. What does that look like? That means taking someone who has patient care coordinating experience and saying, you know what? Because you're really good at that patient care coordinating, I'm going to take that free AI course that Admin Sin had up, and I'm going to combine it with my Epic. And what I want to be is a super user so that I can help companies who are integrating patient care practices on the technical side make sure that the computers and systems that they're using will actually help the patient care coordinators who are using the systems. That's one way. We can also say, I actually love leadership, and my patient care coordinating experience is so expansive that I'm going to take that and I'm going to take me a training course so that I can train patient care coordinators how to give care at the level that I did, because I'm so great at it that they've had me around for 10 years. That's one way. I may say, you know what? I want to combine this with something else. I love patient care coordinating because I like being able to have all these patients on a project schedule. I like making sure that they're getting their things done on time in a certain way. So instead, I'm going to be a healthcare project manager, and the type of projects that I'm going to manage is going to be projects around patient care. So here I am. I'm going to be looking at these different options because I know that me staying in that care coordinator role, y'all niggas, y'all up to something. So I'm going to diversify my skill set so that I can be more expansive, and I'm going to expand my capacity so I can expand my opportunities. Does that make sense? Now, I want to care fusion. Yes, engage your skill sets, real estate, nonprofit, project director. Kara White is on point. Let me answer Vanette Malari. What about customer service, admin, and logistics coordinator? Those three, I will put you into supply chain analyst. When you have the skills of customer service, administration, and logistics coordination, I would look at supply chain. The reason why I would look at a supply chain analyst, let's look. And let me show y'all what I'm doing, because folks be thinking I'm lying. So I'm just putting in the title, right? That's all I'm doing, right? And I'm looking at, wait a minute. Let's see. Oh, there we go. Job duties. Here goes your logistics. There goes your admin work, right? Reviewing, validating, and correcting reports. There goes your admin work. Running validation and product reports. There goes your logistics and admin work. There goes my customer service because I'm doing with the supervisors, right? So here I am, clerical group, right? So here I am putting myself in a position to where I can now be on a career track. So let me show you why I chose that. When we look at supply chain, oh, now if you had a little bit of some legality behind you, I'll put you over here in the compliance analyst position, right? Because now I want to make sure that you can do some more managing, hiring, administration roles, hiring's a little bit of finance. But I now got you on a path to where you can go into compliance, you can do supply chain analyst, and you can keep moving back and forth. But by me putting you on supply chain, right? Let me show you guys. This allows you to be a part of a broader scope in an industry that I would tell you, go ahead. It's time for us to do what? We talked about learning. You're going to be learning your Lean Six Sigma gifts. I saw a major gift here. Lean Six Sigma skills. We're going to get some new skilling about us, right? And then I know now I could be of any of these 4 categories. And now by me getting these extra skills, I now have the option of moving into this entry level. I can go into the supply chain version. If somebody just put quality, we're still right here. This is where I put you at in quality. Production planning, because in quality, you're here. Quality, it's going to be within making. So quality is going to be in here, making sure that what's being made is of quality standards, safety, and continuous improvement, right? So I put you right here. I put you in supply chain as well. So I will be looking at some supply chain certifications because I know that this is a very big industry, right? So let's look at some supply chain certs. Purchaser, certified purchasing manager, production and inventory management, logistics. You see that right there? Right? And that's how I would move you. Now, this is a very quick move so you guys can see. Hi, Stacy. But this is exactly what I mean. Now, that's entry level, right? Now, once I get me some more certs and stuff, degrees, we're not even looking at that. I then can move into the management side. And then eventually I move into the director side. So I can start making me some money. But I can't stay over here in the entry level roles. Right? So we got to upskill, learn, read. Now, a lot of y'all looking like y'all saw this for the first time. Y'all know supply chain is one of my favorite fields to talk to y'all about. So Candy has 14 years in telecommunications and implementation, ERP, and digital transformation. I was laid off. Oh my gosh. Okay, so Candy, it's not your skill set. It must be your resume. Have you signed up for a resume review? Because with all that, I will put you in process improvement, implementation project manager. I will put you in change management on the technical side. I have about 6 different careers. Okay. How about healthcare project management and credentialing specialist? I have 20 years in healthcare. How about healthcare? Is your title healthcare project manager? Because a credentialing specialist is entry level and project management is mid level. So why are you saying healthcare project management? Are you saying that as a function of a role to where you manage healthcare projects? Or are you saying that you had the title of a healthcare project manager? Because remember, we talked about the difference between functions. A lot of our roles, such as customer service, we have functions of project management within our role, which is how we help you move titles, but we may have never held the title itself. Okay. Okay, you just did an interview on Sunday. CC, inbox me so I can see why. Because you saying that for consultation from entrepreneur world, I don't know what you was entrepreneuring though, if you had the skill sets. What are the titles below director that we should be looking at? Strategist, management, associate. There are some other titles that will give you a higher salary. And for instance, today I spoke, and sometimes we don't know where our skill set lies. So I'll give you an example. I spoke to somebody today who was a senior communications specialist. And of course, she's been working there 15 years. She was very frustrated. She got her resume done, but she was applying for senior communications manager role. And you're like, well, Sin, that's what you just told me to do. Her skills was individual contributor, meaning that she had no people leadership or people management skills. So instead, what we ended up moving her towards was, I'll give you guys, actually, instead of talking to you guys, let me give you the exact scenario, because I actually sent her the role to apply to, which she was very shocked about. So let me show you guys the difference here. Okay, I'm going to show you guys a difference. I'm going to show you guys a difference in these two roles. So check out this job that I'm looking for. Okay. So okay. So she's a senior communications manager. She was frustrated because she said she was not getting any hits, right? When we looked at this role, she wanted to work for Puma. This was a role that she wanted to apply to, right? This role was about developing communication strategies for Puma, proactively pitching the media, organizing with the spokesperson, managing the communications calendar, managing the agency relationships, supporting North America with their initiatives, collaborating with the departments, monitoring the success tools, right? So she's like, Abin Sin, I'm not understanding why you're saying that this is not a role I can apply to. I'm a senior communication specialist. These are the roles that are saying no to me. Why, Sin? Why are they saying no to me? And so this role is a people management, so much so, and this is what I mean by reading. The reason why I knew that this was people management was in the amount of communication with other departments, right? So she's going to be responsible for organizing these interviews, as well as working closely with these teams and communicating this and building out their interests and managing their calendars. What we ended up applying for instead was this role, which is actually way more than the role she was looking for. This role, even though they look the same, we're talking about, well, Sin, this says communication manager, that one says communication manager. The difference is this role was in partner strategy and engagement. And so instead of her having to have any people management skills, this spoke to her skills directly. This was about creating and managing the content, writing out the scripts, developing the stories herself. This is an individual contributor role. Although both of these roles may say communications manager, this role says key communications and keynote management. This role is for an individual contributor. This role is not about managing people. This role is not asking for any people leadership skills. So she kept applying for roles that were asking for people leadership, and she did not have people leadership skills. This role is about strategy and actually her executing on her own. Produce, write, create. This role is responsible for developing that strategy itself, creating the business narrative herself, building the public brand herself, building a multi-year strategy herself. And so this is actually where her skills lied at. When we ran it through the ATS system, she tested at 98.7. This role is double the amount of the roles she was looking at. Okay? That's completely different than what she was going for. Even this role here, this was a second job she sent me. Let me put it on the screen. and who she would be reporting to. So this role, as you guys can see, again, partnering with the people to translate what they want, right? Structuring the message, collaborate with these teams to do what? Support their initiatives, right? And then when I showed her, where is it at? Who will she be reporting to? Somewhere on here, it said that she'll be reporting to a people leader. And I'm like, this is what I'm talking about. This is another role that is not, this role is asking for people management and people skills. And that's not where her skills lie. So when I say that this is a new landscape, we would think communication manager is communication manager. That's communication manager, Sam. What are you saying? This is why we have to have uh, a strategy, right? Is it this role that she said that it said that? Yeah. Yes. So this role was to collaborate directly with the senior vice president of people, right? So this role again was about managing people management, planning their situations, all hands and shit, partnering them to shape their moments and shit, collaborating directly and execute a team to craft message, translate. This is way too much people management that resonate with employees of all levels. Although communications will be communications, that's communications. It's not. Which is why I'm saying these companies are asking for a specific skill set. And I told her over and over again, I said, you got the right skills, girl. You're applying for the wrong roles. Now, let me show you how. Her name is right there. Okay, so let me make sure her name not showing when I do this. Resume testing off the charts. Right? Keyword optimization, ATS formatting, readability, quantifiable achievements, job alignment, hard skills. Resume is testing 9.1 over 10. It's not that she's not qualified. No, that's not what we're seeing here. We're not seeing somebody who has low level skills. I want to show you the salary range that they said that she should be in. Salary range 125 to 150,000. Right? That got nothing to do with knowing the right roles to apply to. It's literally that nuanced. The roles that she was going for was nowhere near what she needed. She didn't have people leadership skills. She did not have skills that say, hey, I'm in communications and I train and develop people to be at this excellent level that they're able to get all this done. That's not what her resume said. That's not her career. Her career is I do it and I do it well. Let me see if I can show a chunk of her resume without showing her name. So to give you an example. Now, mind you, sis was mad. And I would be too. Because sis was mad because she's like, oh my God, I'm not understanding. So when we're looking at this resume, right? She worked for the CDC. She's unifying global employee engagement, led end to end. She did this, drove the concept, led the changes, developed it herself, led strategic award-winning communication. She's the reason why we had all of our COVID-19 messaging. She did all that. She created the messaging forum for COVID-19. She operationalized that crisis and all that stuff. She did all of that. The difference is that although she did all of that, she did that. She didn't train people to do that. And a lot of times as Black people, they give us all the work and we got to figure it out and they act incompetent. We know that. But the difference is that if you're going for roles that's asking how you train and develop someone to that level and you don't have that skill set, you're going to be discouraged. I know. That was a lot, guys. That was a lot. How many of y'all get what I'm putting down? How many of y'all get what I'm putting down? What do you use to text out your ATS scoring? So we have 3 different systems we bought, Crystal. Cost me an arm and a leg. I think altogether we spent about 13,000 on our ATS systems. And so we have 3 different systems we put them through. Did that make sense, y'all? How many of that made sense for y'all? Yeah, we were working all that hard. And it's not like, I'm like, girl, when I explained it to her, she had her aha moment. She said, oh, okay. So it's not that I don't have the skills. It's not that I don't have a good resume. It's the fact that I'm applying for the wrong roles. I'm applying in communications, but she's applying over here in the training and developing and creating this bomb ass team that's about to do pew, 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 pew. And reality, she's like, no, I'm the missile. And I'm like, you gotta apply for the missile roles. So we ended, now that y'all have seen her resume, right? So y'all saw a glimpse of her resume. And when we're looking at her resume, and I want you guys to be honest. Now that we're looking at this resume, let's look at it together again. We're seeing leading the strategic award-winning communications for COVID-19 rollouts and vaccines, driving nationwide messaging that secured national media recognition and increased public health outcomes, right? We're operationalizing and executing this crisis response system. We're strengthening public and stakeholder trust by translating complex science policy into, I am making sure everybody know that this shit is real. She did that on her own, right? That's what she did. But if we're applying for roles, now let's look at the role that we pulled for. Now let's look at that role. Now we're looking at Amazon. Are you passionate about crafting the message yourself that showcase innovation? Do you thrive self-directed environment where your creativity and technology can make a real impact? This is who she is. Are you ready to tell complex stories that shape the future of the world? This role was made for her. In this role, you will design. Not that you will manage a team and teach them how to design. You will build like you've been building, right? You will maintain like you've been maintaining. 50% global travel. Write and edit, develop the story. So don't y'all see now how that role is completely different than the role she was looking at, to where she had to do more of that team management portion. Y'all get what I mean now? That simple thing was discouraging her, making her feel she wasn't valuable, making her feel like she wasn't worthy. She's like, I know I got the skills. I know I got the skills. I know you got the skills. I see your skills, girl. We wrote that resume. Those skills are there. But we got to talk about how. To answer the question, do we offer services to send us roles that we qualify for? Yes. In all of our career coachings, you get direct roles to apply for, and in all of our packages. But that is how we gotta be, to where we gotta be a little bit uncomfortable. It was an uncomfortable conversation. Sis was mad. She was mad. She's like, I don't know if the resume ghetto or you, girl. That's not what she said. That's what she was thinking, right? She's like, girl, what the fuck is it? What's happening? I'm not getting no hits. I'm applying. I got the skills. I've been doing this 13 years, girl. I can translate any message. What's happening? That's what was happening. Right? We got to, yes, Latanda, we absolutely do. That's why it's a critical step in our packages. One of the things that we understand in our packages, and at the company really, is that and that's why y'all gotta go to the website. There's something that comes in every single package. You know what comes in every single one of our packages? I'll show y'all. Career coaching, right? So here it goes. What's inside the career package? One-on-one career coaching. We're going to draft your resume. You're going to walk away with your session notes. You're going to get detailed role suggestions, salary insights, growth strategies, a completed resume, and interview preparation. That comes in every single packages. The other two are just about how much LinkedIn support you need. But this base package here is what's in every package, because we understand that when it comes to job searching, you need to know where to go. You got to have a resume to help you get there. You need to know what roles to apply to, and you got to know how to interview. Admin Cynthia, someone in here, yes, our packages are for every field. Someone in here has had interview prep with Admin Cynthia. And even during that interview prep, Admin Cynthia, every single one of our Bs get interview preparation, because now we're in the interview, right? And when she gets to that interview, she needs to know how to speak for her strengths. How many of you guys do this? And y'all can be honest. How many of you guys do this in an interview? Well, when I was at our company, we had this project going on, and then we did this, and then we were done this, and then we. You don't know how to speak to only your accomplishments, because you have imposter syndrome. You have fear of failure, and you don't know how to stand on your own accomplishments without putting it in a team or company environment. If you're doing that, but you're applying for individual contributor roles, you don't know how to speak that language. That's why we have interview prep in every one of our packages, because you got to know how to speak to that role and how to speak to your skills within that role. Some of us don't know how to do that difference, especially if we're doing a career change, especially if we're doing a salary increase. That new money, honey, you be in them people's shop, you like, why did you apply to the role? Bitch, because you was paying a lot of money. Shit, god damn it. You need a church fan. I need the money. Y'all in there acting like a crack addict in them goddamn interviews. Or you speak it so low. Hey, talk to me about your skills. Well, we were given an assignment, and so I made sure that I did everything with 100% accuracy. Y'all be acting like y'all a kidnapped victim in some of these damn interviews. Trust me, I do interviews for the city. A lot of cities call on Black on the job to do the interviewing process for fairness. Y'all be acting like, I don't know. You got the worst news of your. I swear, I be feeling like it's a hostage situation, and y'all treat it like an interrogation instead of a conversation. Yes, baby. Yeah. Okay. Mommy about to be done now. Okay. Mommy loves you. Y'all be in a full hostage. Talk to me about why you left that job. I didn't leave the job. The job got shut down because it was COVID. But I don't leave jobs. I mean, I did leave that job before, but I didn't want to leave that job. I don't know how to. I wouldn't leave that job. Y'all don't know how to interview. Y'all be in hostage situations. If I say, tell me about yourself, what's your answer? Do you know how to speak about your skill sets? Do you know how to do that strategic conversation, especially if you land a job with the job that you want? Do you? Be honest. That's why we include it in every single one of our packages. Having a resume, knowing what roles to apply to, knowing what your skill set is, and having a good resume is what we need. We're going to be doing more skills. Y'all going to sign up for the newsletter. You're going to click the website, get your newsletter. And guess what? Admin Cynthia now has blogs concerning her interviews. So she's been publishing her blogs. Let me get that to you guys too, because y'all don't be reading. And so y'all didn't even know our blogs are out about our interviewing process. So for any of you guys who don't have the funds to get interviewing done, Admin Cynthia has been so kind to actually start documenting her calls and giving y'all the information over for free as long as you're signed up to the newsletter. I don't know how much more easier it got to be. Let me find it for you guys so that y'all can see it. Here it goes right here. What is this? Is it this one? Here it goes. So she has a blog that's coming out 3 times a week, teaching people how to interview. Are y'all signed up to the newsletter? There There you go. The biggest mistake, how to prepare. She's giving you brief answers. But we got to do that thing called reading that we made a promise to do. Okay? She got blogs out for y'all. I'll put your blog right here. Let's see how many of y'all read it. Because it tells us how many people are reading it. Let me put it right here. Let me put it to my YouTubies. Okay? We don't forget about them. I'm happy. Mr. V said that was a really good demonstration on the difference. Okay. Let me refresh. I'm scared. Nope, there it goes. Y'all can always look at the blogs. Okay. So, what have we learned? That we need a strategy. You need a partner. Sign up for your packages and services. Okay. Yes, Crystal Blake, I see that you said you want to apply to get your EPIC certification. Make sure you do so. Every package, get the lowest package. Throw that thing on Afterpay. Pay you a little $50 today. Get your shit together, girl. These are unprecedented times. Okay? We're going to do this as a community. You will read. Go to our YouTube. There's so much going on currently on our website. You will get so much. I just want to show y'all. I just want to show y'all this, and I'll be nice to y'all. On our website, it's not just sales stuff, guys. Go to the homepage. Join our mailing list. Join the Hive. Last week's live. 15 remote careers for mothers. A journal to help you with your emotions. How to use Canva. UX careers. Compliance careers. Download our song. Go to the Instagram. Now, y'all know the rules. I don't get no likes. You ain't getting shit. Check out our reviews. I don't know who they are. Well, we got 910 and we're at a 4.7. Okay? So pleased with my resume. Okay? All the information right there for y'all. I promise y'all, we ain't holding you up. There's so much here. If you click here, you get 15 roles you can apply to. 50 leads. Look at this. Are we using our resources? Right? We are not a community that just sells you guys stuff. We're here for you. Watch the past lives. Go to the Instagram. Read the blogs. Put yourself in position. We got your back. We have proven that. I want to see if I could show y'all without showing her name. Is there a way to do that without showing her name? Oh, it can. We had a bee just message us just yesterday, Tuesday. Yep, just yesterday. Look at this. There are roles that are happening right now. Look at that. Before I make the post in the group, I want to say thank you. She was at $23 an hour, right? She was at $23 an hour. She's now at $93,000. She leveraged her skills. She said she's literally crying, helped her get confident. This is what we do here. She's been very active in our community, and we're so proud of her. So proud of her. Okay? All right. Now, I got to go be a little mommy myself. Joy Boy need his little walkie walk. You ready for your walkie walk? Yeah. Okay? And hopefully, go read the blog, watch the YouTube, get the resources, upskill. I have another newsletter coming out tonight so that you guys can get your free AI certifications. Make sure y'all go on my Instagram, and we're going to be treating this right. Y'all go like and comment, expand our reach so that we can continue to bring this to us, okay? But we're in unprecedented times, and it's time for us to put on our big girl panties and get this stuff done, okay? Okay? Yes, mind ourselves. Oh, interview prep never expires. Interview prep never expires. So if you need interview prep, just text or call, message us. Interview prep never expires. Okay? And y'all see the difference now. That was a really good communication example. I'm happy that lady called in. All right. You're welcome, Latanda. Me and Joy Boy are wishing you guys lots of love, peace, and honey. Love, joy, and honey. Love, joy, and honey. All right, guys. Bye, guys. And check the group.